To be honest, we didn't want to do it, but we were faced with a dilemma, which is actually stay true to your principles and don't get involved, and slag it off and advise fans not to buy it. Or, you know, you do the opposite. You think, right, well, you know, if any product is going to come out with Oasis written on the front of it, we should be involved with it. So it was kind of an easy decision to make, really.
I got great sticks. Make sure you've got great fucking songs in it, so I got my brother's back on that one, but it's not us that's making it, the fucking record company's making it. But we're involved in it because it's important to us that, and it's 12 years of our life that it was good.
Not forced into it in a way, but it's in our best interest to get involved with it, as in, because it, you know, if you don't get involved with it, you end up with shit artwork and they print all the lyrics wrong and they pick all the wrong songs and all that malarkey, and it's kind of, it's best just to do it. And if it kind of makes me out to be a bit of a bullshit, so
if you don't get involved, and you know, then we'll just do what we think's fucking great. And what do they fucking know about great sticks? They just sat around fucking smoking cigars for the last 12 years.
I always had it in my head that when it finally happened, it was going to be one disc, right? Because the best ofs, you always buy double albums, and more often than not, you always get the second one and fucking throw it down the toilet, because whatever band has got a double CD of best ofs out, more often than not, the second CD is shite, right? So I always thought it was going to be just, you know, one CD, 12 tracks, and be very, very brutal with the selection process. As it happens, we can't get 12 songs on one CD because our songs are so long. I've done all the songs I thought was our best work, and it was about 25 or something. And over 2 CDs, that's just too long, I think. So for the sake of making a better album, we kind of whittled it down and whittled it down and whittled it down. And there's probably about 6 or 7 that should be on there that are not. But the B-sides and album tracks are some of our best songs, like Slide Away and Champagne Supernova and Morning Glory were never, and Rock and Roll Star were never singles, you know. So I'm just kind of, you know, pointing an arrow at my own brilliance as a songwriter.
I just think he's picked all the ones that got decent reviews. I haven't got a decent review, put that on it, so maybe we'll get a decent review for this fucking thing.
And I think it flows pretty good as an album. You know, and I mean, I'm not too sure what these things mean anyway in the grand scheme of things, because with iPods now and downloads and all that, people have probably got their own Oasis best of anyway. You know, they just haven't got artwork for it. So I'm not too sure what it means anyway, you know.
I remember it well, that gig. It's fantastic, it rained.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They loved it, man. It was biblical.
It was pissing down to fuck.
It was mega, yeah.
It fucking pissed down. It absolutely. It was the nicest day, I think. Really, really bright and so not a cloud in the sky, and then all of a sudden the sky just went black. And as we walked up to the stage, honestly, I've never seen rain like it, and it pissed down for a full hour and a half.
Supersonic for the encore, Noel chucked it in, so Zach goes up and starts playing, and because it was raining, we left him up there for about 8 minutes. Fucking free. Yeah, it was good, man.
We hadn't played it with Zach, and it was just one of those nights that the crowd in between the songs were not only shouting for Supersonic, but they were singing it, and singing the melody of the guitar solo, and we said to Zach, you know, and he said, yeah, and we just bashed into it. And in fact, we kept it in the set all the way from that point onwards. They're kind of the best because they passed by in a flash, you know, and the crowd didn't seem to mind, and it's all very exciting. But I love playing out in Brazil. It really, really is a great country with great people.
Every tune that we've ever done, we enjoy playing live.
I guess every time we go out on tour, there's about 6 songs that we always play, which would be Rock and Roll Star, Don't Look Back in Anger, Live Forever. You know, those kind of songs. So yeah, they would have to be in there.
I'm still pretty down with Lila, man. That's still fresh to me, you know what I mean? Like because it's at the beginning of the night when that goes down, so everyone's all buzzed up and ready to go.
I like playing the guitar live, right? But being on tour with our kid is not a walk in the park, you know what I mean? It's difficult, you know, because he's always getting on my case for something or other, you know what I mean? And it's always fucking and we're always not talking to each other. I tour once every 3 or 4 years, and there's a reason for that. Is that it's not a pain. It's not a pain. I love the performing aspect of it. The getting up and doing the hour and a half on stage is amazing. But because I'm so eloquent, and Liam is the opposite of eloquent, whatever that is, I always get nominated to do all the interviews and all the press, so I kind of working from 11 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the morning, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's a pain in the arse for me.
The album was actually, it was a Beatles album, funnily enough, that is completely true. And
I believe it.
It was, because I tell you what, my uncle said, right, I'll buy you a record. And I went, right, Elvis or the Beatles, and my mum said, don't get Elvis, because he's a troublemaker.
First album I ever bought, and I know you're not going to believe this, right, but this is actually fucking why I have the status that I do in British music. My first album I bought with my own money was Never Mind the Bollocks by the Sex Pistols. Don't fucking get any better than that. Beat that, you fucking goth.
Individual.
Yeah.
That's punk rock.
I think it's the same as modism, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, it's been...
It's not following a uniform, man.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the clothes or the fucking... And I don't think it's much... I don't think it's much about being a cunt either, you know what I mean? I think it's... You know what I mean? I'm a punk. I don't fucking look like one.
When it first kicked off, when I was a kid, I was only about 10. And punks looked like normal people, but they just had their own thing going on, do you know what I mean? They didn't wear leather jackets and Doc Martens and jeans up to their knees and didn't go around gobbing at people.
Every time you hear the Pistols, you just want to fucking smack someone in the face.
And it's rock and roll,
and
you know.
That's fucking cool for me, you know what I mean? It's just like... It's just like...
Personally, I love the Ramones as well, man, you know? Because lyrically, it's just Chuck Berry on 10.
And Liverpool combined probably have created probably the best music in the world for me.
I've not been to Manchester for ages, man. It was rocking when I was there, but it was rocking a bit too much, so I had to come down to London and chill out.
The best city for music, I don't know about Manchester because I don't live there anymore. I've got to say, there's always something on in London. But you would expect that from it being the capital, I guess. The capital's always going to be the best in it because it's the biggest. And, it's where everybody, even if one band from wherever they're from are going to do one gig in England, it's not going to be in Leeds, is it? You know, it's going to be in London. So I'd probably say London's the best for a night out, you know, but Manchester and Liverpool have got the best bands.
People are just a bit sus about London bands, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, are they really, you know? Like, if my kids got in a band, if they want to do it in London, I'll make sure they don't go out jamming, you know what I mean?
I think they try a bit too hard in London, man.
Speeches, it's bollocks, isn't it?
Bollocks and cunt. We've got to step back and maybe dropping God into the equation every now and again. And crying.
The American ones are always very, very cringeworthy. I mean, I'm living for the day that somebody gets up and asks fucking God to thank them, you know what I mean? What's God got to do with anything? Maybe that's why I've never won a fucking Grammy. Does he give them out? God.
Probably does.
Bastard.
I actually fucking hate all that stuff.
There are funny things, right, award ceremonies, because it's all bullshit, right, and it doesn't mean anything, right, to anyone apart from your record label and you sell a few more records and that. And people do tend to take it very fucking seriously.
And what the fuck's an award anyway, you know what I mean? I don't need a fucking award to tell it's all fucking great. People take it too serious. And what do they do with it? You know what I mean? Every time we've gotten a fucking award, it's ended up just slung in the fucking corner. Some geezer walks past you fucking 10 years later and goes, yeah, it's just your cue. It doesn't mean anything.
You go up there and you find yourself saying, oh, thanks very much. Think, who the fuck am I thanking here? Like, you know, that Spotty Herbert from Keane or that fucking knob from Franz Ferdinand, you know what I mean? What are you staring at? My personal tip for is just to get as drunk as possible and try and insult as many people who aren't in the room. If they are in the room, it can make the rest of the afternoon quite touchy, but have a quick scan round who's not there, for instance, and then just fucking lay into them. Thus, ensuring yourself maximum exposure in the newspapers the next day. It's only ever excused in Bono's case, because he knows what he's going on about. Chris Martin, being the Sorcerer's Apprentice, is kind of getting there now. So you kind of, all right, yeah, fine, fair enough. Get on with it, there's people starving, brilliant, right. They can, anybody else can fuck right off, to be honest. Who wants to hear what fucking anybody else has got to say about anything? Bono's the spokesman for the world. You know, Chris Martin's is Gordon Brown, and let me fucking go with it.